Good afternoon, everyone. Today we shall discuss the topic properties of genetic material. Now, if I talk about the Hershey and Chase experiment that we have done actually, so this experiment proved that out of protein and DNA is the genetic material, right? This experiment we have done. This shows that out of protein and DNA, the genetic material is DNA. It is not protein. But now today we shall discuss what are the different properties of the genetic material and what are the differences between DNA and RNA. As you know that RNA can also act as genetic material in a few virus. No doubt, DNA is the genetic material in most of the organisms. But still RNA is there. It can act as a genetic material in a few virus. So basically in today's class we are going to discuss why predominantly DNA is the genetic material. Now, first of all, we have to discuss what are the different properties of a genetic material, and then we shall discuss how the DNA, RNA, they are exhibiting these properties and how are they acting as the genetic material. So first property of genetic material is that they can replicate. That is they can produce their replica. Now what is the meaning of this? It simply means that they can make their own copy. Suppose if I talk about protein, DNA, RNA. As you know, the race was going on in between these three only, that whether protein is the genetic material or DNA or RNA. No doubt after Hershey and Chase experiment, it was clear that proteins are not the genetic material, but still let us discuss. The replication means that the making of the own copy. Like if I talk about the DNA can make DNA. Am I clear? This is replication and this is a very important property that is going on. So if I talk about the replication, the proteins cannot replicate. It means they cannot make their own copy themselves. A protein cannot make protein. Am I clear? In order to make protein, different substances are required. A protein cannot make protein. So protein cannot replicate. DNA can replicate. RNA can replicate. So here, as you can see, the proteins can't replicate. So directly they are out of the race of genetic material. Proteins can't act as the genetic material. So now we have to discuss about DNA and RNA. Firstly, let us talk about what is the difference between DNA and RNA. After that we can study. So first is replication, which is being shown by both. Second property of genetic material is stability. Now just think, the one who would be more stable structurally, chemically, that would act as a genetic material, obviously, right? So out of these two, no doubt both are stable. But still if I'll compare in terms of stability, then DNA is more stable as compared to RNA. I'll come on this why DNA is more stable. So DNA is more stable as compared to RNA. No doubt both are stable, but in comparison DNA is more stable as compared to RNA. So here you can see, as DNA is more stable, so it is the genetic material in most of the organisms. Now third property of genetic material is that it can show mutation. Not suddenly obviously, but yes, it should have the power to show small changes over a period of time. As you know, changes are necessary. As due to these changes only we are leading towards the advancement. Am I clear? So third property is there should be a proper procedure for the changes over the long period of time. The changes must be small, obviously. They shouldn't be large so that the whole community will be destroyed. No. But there must be a procedure so that the chances of mutation must be there. Am I clear? Now, if I talk about this, then chances of mutation or chances of variation, then as you know, the DNA is more stable, and the one who is more stable in that, the chances of changes would be obviously less. So from here, the chances of changing in the RNA is more, while in the DNA it is quite less. But still DNA is the genetic material in most organisms. Why? Because second phenomenon is the most important. The one who is more stable will be the genetic material in most of the organisms. Am I clear? Out of DNA and RNA, RNA can change more. RNA can show the mutations more. No doubt DNA can show, but in comparison I am saying. Am I clear? No. So basically we can see that yes, DNA is the genetic material because of its stability. RNA is still there in the eukaryotes. As you know, in our body also we are having RNA, but the RNA is working as messenger RNA, adapter RNA. About their function we shall study in the translation topic. Clear? And fourth property of genetic material. First was it can replicate. Second, it should be stable. From there we got to know that DNA is more stable, so it is the genetic material. And third, it should have the scope for the variation. Now, if I talk about the fourth property, then fourth property is that the genetic material should be able to express the Mendelian characters. So it should be able to express Mendelian characters. And if I talk about DNA and RNA, both are able to show the character. Am I clear? But yes, DNA being more stable is the genetic material in most of the organisms, while RNA is generally a genetic material in a few viruses, and in eukaryotes the RNA is there, but it is not a genetic material. It is just acting as a messenger, as an adapter molecule. It is not carrying the genetic information that is being present in the DNA. Am I clear? Now let me talk about why DNA is more stable. Basically for this we have to talk about the structure. If you see the structural difference between DNA and RNA, we have done also. In DNA, as you know, two strands are present, right? In RNA, we are having single strand. Just use your common sense. Which would be more stable? Obviously, the double strand. Why? Because you know, in between these strands, the bonding is there. Suppose if I'll magnify this, then you know that base pairing is there. A is bonding with T. Suppose G is bonding with C. So here, due to the hydrogen bonding, more stability is there. So DNA being the double helix provides more stability. Second reason is basically in DNA, as you know, thymine is present, but in RNA, uracil is present. And if I compare the stability of these two, then thymine is more stable. And as the thymine is more stable, consequently the DNA would be more stable. Now if I talk about the third difference, then in DNA, as you know, deoxyribose sugar is present, right? And in RNA, we are having only ribose sugar. I told you the structural difference between these two. Basically, if in the ribose sugar at the second carbon, if OH group is missing, then this will be deoxyribose sugar. And deoxyribose sugar is more stable as it is not having OH group at the second position. but this is having OH group at the second position. Clear? So this OH group, basically this is reactive. So as a result, I can say ribose sugar is more reactive, and if it is more reactive, then it is less stable. So basically, due to the presence of double helix, due to the presence of the hydrogen bond between the two helix, due to the presence of thymine, due to the presence of deoxyribose sugar, the DNA is more stable, and as it is more stable, so it is acting as the genetic material in most of the organisms. Am I clear?